Good morning. It is about 7:20 and I'm enjoying a cup of coffee and I want to make a video for you. Well, I guess I could say good evening, good night as well, because who knows when you're watching this. But what I want to do is I want to clarify some things from yesterday's video. Yesterday I posted a video showing that I'm going to be sending 3 different knives back to 3 different companies, Benchmade, Spyderco, and Kershaw, because I have issues with all 3 of those knives that viewers sent. And in that video, I had mentioned that I'm going to send a letter along with it, explaining that I got these knives from a viewer and that they're broken, and I wanted to send them back to see what they were going to do. Now, a lot of people commented, and they had a problem with me mentioning that I have a YouTube channel. And the idea is that they think, or maybe you think, that because I have a YouTube channel, that I'm going to be treated differently than if you send a knife in that don't have a YouTube channel, okay? So it's like, well, hey, you know, that's a cool idea, but you screwed it up because you mentioned you have a YouTube channel. So yeah, they're going to hook you up and give you all kinds of stuff. And what's that mean for me? You know, it's not your experience. It's not going to be the same as my experience. So that's the thought. And I wanted to talk about it. So the very first thing I want to say is that each company, every knife company has a return policy. They have a warranty policy. All right. So it shouldn't matter who you are or what you do. When you send something in under the warranty, they have a policy they have to go by. It's a guideline. So the people who receive the knives in the repair department, they have things that they have to do. Now, I'm sure there is some kind of judgment call. You know, I'm sure they can do certain things for certain people. It's like, that's how the world works, right? This is what's supposed to happen, here's what really happens. Politicians are supposed to do this, but this is what really happens. You know what I'm saying? Government's supposed to do this, but this is what they really do. So I get that, okay? Nothing's written in stone. However, I want to talk about it a little bit more. The first part of it is that, yes, they do have policies, and later in this video, I'm going to go over in detail. You can just watch the beginning if you don't really care about that, or you can go right to the website and read it for yourself, but I'm going to go over their individual policies. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer video, but I'm going to go over the details, because 2 of the 3 companies, they charge for a broken tip. Simple as that. They consider that abuse. Well, I'm pretty sure every knife company considers a broken tip abuse, because it is abuse. I've never in my life, with the thousands and thousands of knives that I've had and used and owned, have ever broken a tip. I've never, I should say accidentally, because I purposely stuck knives in trees and broken the tips off just to show that you're not supposed to do that. Cold Steel Recon, that's an older video that I did that. But if you have a broken tip in your knife, you're misusing it. It's that simple. It's plain and simple. You're just not using it right. And I know some people have this idea, well, hey, you know, people said this knife was strong, or hey, this is an expensive knife. Why can't I stab into things and, you know, pry out? And so you can't. That's not what knives are for, okay? Especially folding knives. So if you have a folding knife and the tip's broken off, you did something wrong, okay? Or you got it from someone who did something wrong. So that is abuse of that knife, and most companies won't just fix it for free. Maybe you get lucky. Maybe you get someone on a good day. Maybe, you know, maybe. There's a lot of maybes there, right? But if you watch the rest of the video and you see the actual policies, one company is going to charge like 10 bucks to fix it. Another company is going to charge $30 to fix it. I know this now. I wanted to break this up into separate videos because it was going to be way too long to talk about it all in one video. I probably should have mentioned it in the first video, because again, people are thinking like, oh, you know, this is a cool idea, but Jeff screwed it up because when you send these things in, yeah, they're going to hook you up, but what about me? I don't have a YouTube channel. I'm just a guy, you know? Which, by the way, I'm just a guy too. Just because I turn a camera on, I'm not doing anything different than you guys. But anyway, I get that. I understand your concern with that. However, number one, they have a policy they have to go by, okay? So I don't think it's going to change anything, the fact that I mentioned I have a YouTube channel. I didn't say what my YouTube channel was. All they know is that I do knife stuff and my name's Jeff. Yeah, I'm sure they could put 2 and 2 together, and some people might figure out, you know, what my channel is, and will that influence anything? I don't know. I was hoping that because the reason I mentioned that I have a YouTube channel is because I was hoping they would give me extras for the giveaway. That was the whole reason behind that, is that, okay, well, they're going to show what the repair process is and the warranty process and give information to the viewers. That's the other thing, too. By mentioning I have a YouTube channel, if nothing else, they know that I'm going to document how this gets taken care of. So don't you think that it would be a little bit strange if they were to say, I don't know, hook me up? Because then everyone watching would assume that that's what happened with their knives when they send them in. So you have to kind of have that train of thought as well, is that, yeah, they probably won't do that because they know that what they're going to do, their response is going to be documented on YouTube. So why would they do something that's against their own policy? You know what I mean? Because then someone else can say, hey, look, I watched this YouTube video and this guy had this problem and you fixed it for free, and why are you charging me? You know what I mean? So that can cause some problems for that company. So I don't think that I'm going to get any special treatment. What I'm hoping is to get the extras. Like I said, maybe like a signed catalog of their products or something, which would be fun for the viewer who wins the knife. I like stuff like that. I figured other people would like stuff like that. If you collect knives, that would be exciting to you. So that was the reason why I mentioned the YouTube thing. And again, I didn't mention me specifically. I just said I have a YouTube channel and I'm going to be documenting it. So I don't think it's going to make a difference. I also don't think that anyone of the three is going to just fix this for free. All three companies have strict policies that basically claim the problems with the knives that I have aren't going to be covered for free, basically. It's not a manufacturer defect. The tip broke off. That's not something that we did. That's something you did. As far as the Spyderco, that's a whole separate thing. The first thing I want to mention is that a couple people say that might be a fake. It might be a counterfeit Spyderco. And I never got a chance to really like study it. It never even crossed my mind that it may be a fake. Someone mentioned that the angle, like on the guard, is a little bit, like right by the ricasso, is a little bit pointed downward. Also that the liners are a different finish, you know. The hardware looked okay. The hardware was also mentioned that it might be off. The hardware looked real to me. Something that I look at usually on Spydercos is the lanyard tube on the military. That looked legit to me. So it looked like a real military, but the counterfeits and the fakes are so close to the real ones. It's so hard to tell. It really is. Like I said, when I first got it in the mail, the person who I got it from said that they bought a Spyderco military. They didn't say they had any questions about it, so I never even thought twice. I literally never thought twice. I never carried and used a knife because it had so much blade play. It was so messed up. It kind of makes sense to me now that would be why. I mean, most people don't buy $150 or $160 knife and then beat the crap out of it. So maybe it's beaten up because it was a fake. The person maybe knew that and didn't really care about it. Now, in that particular case, you'll see it with the policy is that if you send in a counterfeit knife, specifically to Spyderco, I think Benchmade does this as well, and I'm not sure about Kershaw, but they have like a clause in their warranty, description or their policy, that if you send in a counterfeit, they have the right to keep that counterfeit and not compensate you for anything. So there's a good chance now that if that Spyderco is in fact a fake Spyderco and they determine it's fake, nothing happens. They just keep it. I don't get anything back. They don't send me a Spyderco for my trouble or anything like that. So we will see what happens with that, which will be interesting, because if it is a fake, I missed it. You know, like I said, there's such good counterfeits out there that sometimes it's hard to tell. And I've had Spyderco militaries, so that says a lot. What's really sad to me, and I had this discussion yesterday with someone on Instagram, is that there's a lot of people who've never had these, higher end knives. I mean, specifically, like let's say a Benchmade Model 42, right? So many people who want them never had them before. But if you're sold a fake, sometimes you don't know it's a fake because you have nothing compared to. You've never had the real one. So how would you know if it's a fake? Like I've had literally over a dozen Benchmade Model 42s, all variations, old T-latch ones, spring latch ones, different steels, 154, I mean, all kinds of variations on that knife. I'm used to them. So like I can spot a 42 fake, but there's certain knives I haven't had or whatever, and if I had a counterfeit, and it was a really good counterfeit, I may not even know what the difference is, you know what I mean? Especially if you're new to knives and stuff, and you buy a fake Spyderco from someone and you pay a decent amount of money for it. Like, price is usually the biggest giveaway. If a knife sells for $150 and you see one for sale for 20 bucks, it's not real. Use some common sense there, you know what I mean? You're not getting a great deal. If you see one for 120 instead of 150, maybe that's a good deal. The fakes don't usually sell for that much. There's enough of a price gap for you to go, yeah, there's no way that's real. But when you're talking about the secondary market and people trading with each other and people selling privately, that's a totally different thing, because then the prices are all over the place and you don't really know what to expect. So, number one, I do realize that putting the YouTube channel in there may slightly affect the outcome. I don't think so for the mentioned reasons. I don't think it's good business for them to do anything differently for me that they would do for someone else, because of the fact that I'm broadcasting it to everyone. Okay? So that's number one. I really don't, I think they're going to consider that is like, hey, you know, we have to stick to our policy because this guy's going to show everyone what our policy is, and if we have do something different, then people are going to expect that. So I don't think that's an issue at all. I really don't. But again, my hopes was that they're going to hook me up with other stuff for the giveaway as like a nice gesture. Like, oh, this is cool. I'm glad this guy appreciates knives. He's going to do a giveaway. Let's send him this. Let's send him that. Separate from the repair. A separate issue from the repair. Because a good company would obviously want good information out there. So hopefully that clarifies some people's concern with this whole, you know, test process. But again, above all, regardless of what happens, the idea was to get people the information that, you know, if you have a problem, discuss it. Discuss it with the people who sold you that knife, or you know, that you have a problem from a product. Talk to the company. That's basically the grand message here. Regardless of whatever happens, whatever actually happens, is just, it's fun, it's entertaining. You could have 5 different people with the same knife and the same problem. Totally different states, totally different age, everything, backgrounds. One person could be a doctor, another person could be a celebrity, another person could just be like a 15-year-old kid. And you could send 5 of those knives in to get fixed, and you might have different experiences. It just depends on who gets it, because remember, you're not sending this to a bunch of robots, you're sending this to people. And people have emotions, and people have good days, and people have bad days, and they get a judgment call. I think the repair department in pretty much every knife company, you know, they have a little bit of leeway. They make decisions. They look at a knife and say, okay, well, this person did this. They don't, oh, I don't think anyway, I don't know for sure. They don't always have to answer to a boss and say, okay, hey boss, look, this specifically thing, this happened, and this is what we do, right? You know what I mean? I think they have a little leeway. One person they may hook up, another person they may not hook up as much. Maybe they're having a bad day. I don't know, maybe they happen to get extra knives sent back that week or something, and so they're not doing as much for people. I don't really know how the service varies between company and company, and even within one company between person and person. You may get one guy who works on Tuesday who, I don't know, not so happy with his job and doesn't like hooking people up, you know, or doing extras for people, whereas this other person, they're really nice and they understand people have a problem with the knife and they're going to go a little extra, go the extra mile for you, you know what I mean? So there's those variables too. It doesn't matter who you are sending it in. Overall, my message is that I really think what's going to happen is going to represent what's probably going to happen for you. That's the point. But there's no guarantee, regardless of whether I sent that letter or not. Number 2, the typos. I apologize for the I'm famous for my typos. I promise I can spell right. It's just when I'm doing things, I'm usually multitasking, or like when I type, I never professionally learned how to type. I remember in school we had like a typing class where you learn where things were. I wasn't good at that, okay? So when I type, I have the Magellan method, right, or the Christopher Columbus method. I search and I land. That's basically what happens with me. But I type super fast and it's clearly not accurate, okay? But I always have so much stuff to do. Like when I'm sending messages to people, certain words always come out the same way. Like when I'm typing fast, I'll hit one letter before the other one. It's not like I think these words are spelled that way. I hope you don't think I'm that dumb. It's just I have a bad habit of not going back to correct my spelling errors, you know what I mean? But they're typos. So I just want to say, I know it's like annoying if I was reading the letter, you saw something misspelled or something, like, oh God. It's like an OCD thing. You want to reach in the computer and fix it because you can't look at it wrong. It's like if someone made a video and they got some mustard on their lip or something, you're like, it's cringy to watch, you know? I get that. Fine, I get it. But that's it. If I respond to you in a message or you see a comment and it's spelled wrong, it's just me, you know, I'm too fast for my own good. And I should spend more time going back and fixing those errors because I know it's annoying. But anyway, it is what it is. So right now, I'm going to cut to film that I recorded yesterday showing all the different policies. So if you want to stay tuned and watch the rest of the video, I'm just basically going to go over each policy and what I think is going to happen with that particular situation, that specific knife and company, and how they're going to respond. It's quite interesting how all 3 companies differ. Some things that are the same is, like I said, if they feel you abuse the knife, they have the right to do nothing for you. That's essentially what it comes down to, but there are details. Like Spyderco has specific charges to reprofile a blade, you know, if it's chipped out or something. I think, don't quote me now because I'm going to read the policy in a second here, or show you the video that I read the policy. But like Spyderco, I don't think they will ever replace a blade, regardless. That's just like their policy. They will not replace a broken blade. They'll reprofile it. You know, maybe you can get it, you have a shorter version of it, the tip's broken off. But they charge for different things. Whereas like Kershaw might be a little bit more lenient on stuff. So anyway, stay tuned. I don't think that any of the 3 knives will just be fixed or replaced and sent for free. My initial thought was maybe, but now, after, like I said, diving deeper into the actual policy, I don't think all 3 of them are out of the warranty. You know what I'm saying? They're not manufacturer's defects. All 3 of them were abused. All 3 of those knives were definitely abused, and we will see. We will see what they do. And worst case scenario, if they hook me up just because I have a YouTube channel, that's better for you, because I'm just giving this stuff away. The whole reason of doing this is to kind of show what they do, talk about their services a little bit, in case you're wondering, hey, if I send this back to get sharpened, what do I have to do? You know, or hey, this is broken, what do I do? That's the whole point of this, but at the end of the day, even if there is a bias, it only benefits you guys. I'm doing this so that I can get these knives that were useless to one person and get them fixed up. And if I have to pay to get these fixed, which I know I do in 2 cases anyway, I will do that. I will pay out of my own pocket, and I will get these knives back, and we will do a giveaway so you guys can get these for Christmas or for Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever you celebrate. It'll be a holiday giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the updates. And from this point on, the rest of the video is just going to be kind of boring, me reading the details on the warranty stuff. If you don't want to watch all that, just click. I'll put the links to each warranty department page on each company. If you want to read it for yourself and interpret it for yourself, that's fine. But the rest of the video is just going to be me talking about it, interpreting it, at least what I, understand what they're saying. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video, and feel free to post your comments. All right, guys, so I waited to the end of the video here to go over all the details, because this could be boring to a lot of people. Basically, I print out the warranty information for each specific company, so you know exactly what they have to say about the warranty stuff. Every knife company's website has a warranty repair section, which you can read. I'll put links to these 3, so if you want to skip this part of the video and go read it for yourself, if that's easier for you, go right ahead. But I'm going to go over what they have to say and basically the process of returning these knives. But by reading the warranty information, you get your answers right away. Some people may not want to send it back because they already know, hey, this isn't covered or this isn't covered, and they're not going to do anything for me, so I don't want to waste the shipping money. I'm doing this anyway out of curiosity. But like I said, if you want to read this for yourself, click the links in the description box to go to the websites and read the same information that I'm about to read you. But I'm going to do it on camera here so I can kind of explain a couple things. So first, let's talk about Benchmade. Put this out of the way here. 2 things here is there's a separate set of papers that you have to print out. Unlike Kershaw and Spyderco, they have a form here, which I'll read in a second, but you have to print this form and sign it, fill it out and everything. 3 papers here that has to accompany the knife. All right, so it says Benchmade Knife Company warrants to the original owner that their genuine Benchmade knife will be free from defects in materials and workmanship. Benchmade will, without charge, repair or replace at our Benchmade's option any genuine Benchmade knife returned for warranty work and found to be defective by Benchmade. Each new Benchmade knife is packaged with written documentation of the Benchmade warranty. Please review the warranty coverage before sending knives in under warranty claims. Now, what most companies will say is that most, not just knife companies, but any company, is that their warranty will cover any natural defects. So if there's something wrong with the product because of their fault, if the product was broken from the factory, or had an issue from the factory, that's always covered. It's pretty much covered across the board. What a lot of this paperwork says basically is that if you broke it, we're not responsible for it. But I'll go into the details anyway. So, let's say we ask that you fill out the following information, sign and counterfeit acknowledgement, and send us complete paperwork with the knife so we can service and safely return your knife in a timely manner. Please do not send the original box with your knife. We cannot return them. That's an interesting point. So if you're a collector and you end up sending the box, it says they can't return it. Okay, so duly noted there. The knife must be shipped by owner, prepaid and insured, together with the description of the problem. Note, any automatic knife returned for warranty or life sharp service from outside of Oregon must also include either a signed copy of the auto knife opening acknowledgement form, your web account username if you already accepted the acknowledgement, or be returned through an authorized Benchmade dealer. No exceptions will be made. So what they're saying is, for legality issues, if you have a problem with an automatic Benchmade, which in this particular case it's not, it's assisted, that you have to have that paperwork signed saying that you're legally allowed to own, I guess, a automatic knife. So again, a detail that may go overlooked if you don't read this stuff. All right, so basically, here's the information. I don't have to read all those things. It says, if you have noticed any additional issues or have any repair requests, please list them below. Let us know if there are any parts that we should not replace. Blade replacement costs for non-warranty repairs subject to availability are $30 for satin blade and $40 for black blade plus tax for applicable states. So this having a snapped tip, they will probably say it's not under warranty because it's abuse of the knife. This is a satin blade, so they're going to suggest that it's $30 to replace this blade. Okay, now I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to do and send the knife back after reading this. Not sure yet if I will send them the $30. We'll see. I'm not sure if I want to send these back as is or because I know what's going to happen or have a probability of what's going to happen. Maybe I'll just chalk it up and spend the money so I can get this definitely repaired and give it to you guys. So we will see. But they also have, here we go, that's convenient. They have the spot here for your credit card information so you can charge the card. That's another thing too, even if I were to pay, I'm not comfortable with putting my credit card information down on a piece of paper through the mail. So I'm not sure if they would accept any kind of money orders. Obviously, I'm sure they don't want you shipping cash to them. I'll put contact information as well for all three companies. So what'll end up happening is if I don't send money, they'll probably contact me and say, hey, we could take a payment over the phone to replace your blade. I think I might do that. So we will see. But yeah, that's the paperwork you have to, let me show you the other pages here. The second one here is an acknowledgement for counterfeits. Basically, this is saying, by signing this counterfeit good acknowledgement and by sending in your knife for repair, you agree to the following. If a knife returned for warranty work is found to be an actual or suspected counterfeit or replica item, Benchmade shall have the right to impound the knife for further investigation of its authenticity. Benchmade shall not be liable to you or anyone else for payment or the price of the suspected counterfeit knife under investigation. So on and so on. What they're saying is if you send a fake Benchmade for repair, they're just going to keep it and they don't owe you anything. That's essentially what that's saying. The last paper here is compliance with federal statutes. They request that you read carefully the requirements set forth below. And again, this has to do with the shipment of automatic knives. So they're covering themselves. If you send an automatic knife and you have no way of sending it back, they could just basically keep it. All right, so that's Benchmade. Very, very large company. A lot of details going on there, a lot of legality stuff. All right, so let's talk about Kershaw. So right off the bat, let me go back to Benchmade for 1 second. That's what it seems like it's going to be. They're going to say, yeah, that's not covered. It's not a defect. You broke it. Give us $30. We'll replace your blade. Which, in all honesty, this is like what, $130 knife-ish, $140 maybe for the barrage. $30 to replace a broken blade is not outstanding at all. I think that's acceptable. So we'll see what happens with this particular one. But anyway, Kershaw. All right, Kershaw knives products are backed by a limited lifetime warranty against manufacturer defects. In addition to supporting our products with this warranty, we'll be happy to sharpen your Kershaw knife for free when you send it in for warranty services. If you have questions about your warranty or how to take advantage of it, please check our FAQs. It says, accidentally broke your Kershaw folder's blade? We can replace it for you for just $10. Please see the FAQ for details. All right, so right there, that's our issue. It's a broken blade. Again, like Benchmade, they're probably going to say that's abuse of the knife. It's not a defect. And they're probably going to request $10 to replace the blade. Which, again, on Benchmade's side of things, $30 to replace the blade. Kershaw, $10. this particular case, it happens to be a better steel in Benchmade's situation there, but this is like a broad across the spectrum thing. I don't think it would matter what knife you had. If it was I don't know if this is specific to Kershaw, if this is the KAI, because obviously if you have a ZT or something, higher end knives, more expensive, different blades, I'm assuming their warranty would be the same, but we don't have a ZT right here, so I'm not gonna get into those details. But yeah, it's interesting. So same deal, I'll probably chalk it up, pay 10 bucks to get that replaced so I can give away the knife that's functional. It says automatic knives. So due to state and federal regulations, automatic knives must be returned for warranty service via an authorized dealer or military enforcement procurement office. So just like Benchmade, they're basically saying just if you're a regular dude and you don't have the proper paperwork, you can't have your automatic Kershaws sent to a home. In this particular case, they want it either through a dealer or military or law enforcement office. If you have any questions, of course, there's our number. Limited lifetime warranty Kershaw knives from KAI carry a limited warranty for the lifetime of the original owner, except when stated otherwise. We guarantee our knives against manufacturing defects in materials and construction, and to perform as advertised when properly used and maintained. The limited lifetime warranty is non-transferable and does not extend to normal signs of wear, rust, damage, or breakage due to improper use, improper maintenance, accidents, loss, or theft. This warranty is void on products that have been modified in any way. Any product we determine to be defective will be repaired or replaced solely at our discretion. To receive warranty, repair, or replacement, the owner must send the product to the be evaluated by KAI USA Warranty Service in our Tualatin, Oregon headquarters. In addition to the provisions of this warranty, the owner may also have the rights that can vary by state. Also have other rights that can vary by state. The limited lifetime warranty does not apply to the TX tool. No other warranties are implied or expressed other than what is specifically stated here. KAI reserves the right to determine what constitutes normal wear or improper use or maintenance and modification. So again, they're basically saying, if you modify the knife, we're not going to take care of you. Improper use, any snap blades is improper use, guaranteed. They're not going to say that's a defect, okay? That's going to be considered improper use. I actually get this question all the time from people. Hey, I broke the tip off, what am I doing wrong? You're not using your knife right. If you are stabbing this into wood and prying with it and you break your tip off, that is not how this knife is intended. Any folding knife, for that matter, is intended to be used, even a lot of fixed blades. Okay, prying is a different job for a different tool. Okay, this is for slicing, cutting, stabbing. Even if you stab something, okay, lift it straight out. If you go in any direction, you're putting a lot of force against that blade and it will probably snap. It doesn't matter how great the knife is or how expensive it was or what kind of steel it has, you'll snap your tip off. And specifically with most production folders, there are thinner blades. When you're talking about big, outdoor fixed blades, they tend to be a lot thicker and they can stand much more abuse. All right, but also normal wear and use. Like if your pocket clip is worn down, they're not going to send you a new one because the black's worn off. That's normal use. You know what I mean? Scratches, dings, that's not a defect. That is just normal wear. All right, vouchers. Let's see. Don't think that pertains to us. Interesting. Scissors. Scissors and shears, or scissors, we're sorry, but our warranty service center does not have the proper equipment to successfully sharpen scissors or shears. However, we would be happy to hone any of the shears KAI sells, which include the Kershaw Taskmaster 1120, the Shun multifunction shears, and a couple of models here. I don't have to read all those. That's really interesting. Wow, all right. So it says if you have KI textile shears, please take them to a professional shear sharpener in your area. So basically they don't sharpen their scissors or shears. Interesting. Good to know. They're just not equipped, I guess from factory, they're sharpening, but the warranty department does not have that equipment. Kershaw knives are intended and sold for legitimate sporting and/or culinary purposes only. The purchase, use, and ownership of knives are subject to a wide variety of local laws and regulations. Due to the complexity and constantly changing nature of these laws and regulations, it is the responsibility of the buyer to investigate and comply with the laws and regulations that apply in his or her specific area. You and not KAI are solely responsible for any claims resulting from violation of these laws. Any use of these products other than cutting, such as prying or twisting, is considered misuse and abuse. Any snapped blades is not from cutting. So they say specifically, any use of these products other than cutting. They don't even have stabbing in here, even though obviously knives you could use to stab. They're not suggesting that is a normal activity. KI is not responsible for any injuries or damages caused by misuse or abuse. Warning, knives are extremely sharp tools and should only be used or handled with the utmost care and caution. Any use other than cutting, again, such as prying or twisting, is considered misuse and abuse and will void the warranty. Not responsible for injuries resulting in misuse of products. So, interesting, right there. We are 2 for 2 with the, I'm looking to see if they have a warranty. It says download warranty form. So what I mean by 2 for 2 is both of these knives have snap tips. Both companies are basically saying, yeah, you're out of luck. You misused that, but we will replace it cheaper than just buying a new knife. Benchmade $30, Kershaw $10, so I'll have to pay for that, plus the shipping back, but that's okay because I want to give these away anyway as gifts. They were gifts to me. I'm gonna make them right and give them away to you guys. But anyway, let's go back and see what you have to do here. To send the Kershaw product for evaluation and our warranty service, including repair and sharpening, please complete the warranty form, which I did not print out. So I have to go back and print out the warranty form. I'll be right back. Let me do that right now. All right, I'm back. I checked it out. I can't print it out. They actually have the form you fill out online and then you print it all filled out as opposed to just printing it and filling the spaces in. You just type it in, which is easier actually. But you can go to the website to check out their warranty form. Basically same information as Benchmade, not as many disclaimers on there. You put the model number, when you bought it, that kind of stuff. So there you go. That's that. That's the first step, filling out the form. It says print 2 copies, include one with the items that you're sending and one for your records. Package the item safely. Please use a box. Envelopes are not recommended. Ship via a carrier with tracking, UPS, FedEx, US Express Mail, or another carrier with tracking. There must be a way to track your package through the carrier. KI cannot be responsible for your items unless we have confirmation your package is delivered. Please allow up to 6 weeks for processing, including delivery time. We will contact you if there is any delay. Important, we are not responsible for damage to or loss of items that are not properly packaged and shipped. Something that I did read on their form was that same deal with Benchmade. They're not responsible for boxes, okay? All the cardboard and paper that you send is gonna be recycled, thrown out, whatever. So don't expect your box back if you send them a box. Not necessary. And then here's information for international shipping. You can just pause it there if you wanna read that. So that is Kershaw. So far we're up to $40 to replace these. Let's see what Spyderco has to say. Now we don't have a broken tip here. We have blade play, but I'm going to assume, especially since this handle is so beat, that they're going to say that's abuse. So let's see what Spyderco has to say. Spyderco Inc. conducts its business in an honest, fair, and proper manner. Spyderco products are designed and built for use as cutting and sharpening tools. Use of our products outside the scope of their intended purpose is considered abuse and is not covered by warranty. Like all tools, Spyderco knives require proper maintenance to function properly and are subject to normal wear and tear. Knives and other products put to hard use for extended periods of time may eventually reach the end of their service life and should be retired from use and replaced. And I'm assuming, unless you have a brand spanking new knife, any blade play will probably be considered that. It's just like, hey, you used it, it's done now. Knives have a lifespan, that's what they're saying. What does what does the warranty cover or not cover? So this is a nice little checklist here. Spyderco warrants that all of our genuine products are free from defects in materials and workmanship. This warranty does not cover loss, theft, or any damages caused by accidents, abuse, misuse, improper handling, alterations, neglect, improper sharpening, normal wear and tear, or repairs performed by any service not authorized by Spyderco. So, massive blade play, I'm gonna say that's probably considered abuse. If there's a little blade play, like I said, the knife was new, that might be considered, you know, a defect. Consequential or incidental damages are not recoverable under this warranty. Some states do not allow the exclusion or limitation of incidental or consequential damages, so this limitation may not apply to you. Spyderco's knives are assembled by exacting tolerances by trained technicians, so we discourage the users from disassembling or adjusting our knives. If a knife has been disassembled and reassembled correctly as to maintain its proper mechanical function, this warranty remains in full effect. However, if the knife has been disassembled and resembled in such a way that if in Spyderco's sole determination the proper mechanical function of the knife has been compromised, is no longer covered by warranty. Now, I'm going to stop there and say this. A lot of us like taking our knives apart to clean them and stuff. If you have screw heads that are stripped, especially your pivot screw, I'm going to say they're going to determine that you took your knife apart, and whatever problems there are, that's your fault. That's probably what's going to happen. Because that's the only really way they'll be able to know if you took your knife apart, if those heads are stripped. Spyderco's warranty only applies to original, unaltered Spyderco components. Aftermarket parts and accessories added to your knife are not covered by our warranty, nor are Spyderco components that have been altered or modified in any way. If in Spyderco's sole determination, the installation of an aftermarket part or the modification of an original Spyderco factory part compromised the proper mechanical function of the knife in any way, the knife is no longer covered by warranty. Broken, lost, or bent metal clips are typically not covered by Spyderco's warranty. Broken, whoops, almost read that twice. Broken molded integral clips can be completely removed and replaced with metal clips for a nominal fee. Interesting. Please visit Spyderco.com for additional information, including recommendations for proper clip carry of Spyderco knives with pocket clips. Replacement clip kits may be purchased directly through SFO or Spyderco Factory Outlet Store. There's the information for that. Interesting. What Spyderco will do. If your Spyderco product fails to function as it was designed, we will examine its condition upon its return to Spyderco Inc. and determine the cause of the failure. If we determine there is a defect in the manufacturer, materials, or workmanship of your Spyderco product, Spyderco will repair or exchange that product with the same or similar model or of equal value. The value of the product will be based on the manufacturer's suggested retail price as published by Spyderco. If the problem with a returned product is determined to be caused by reasons other than a defect in manufacturer, materials, or workmanship, Spyderco will determine whether the product can be repaired and provide a free estimate of the repair service cost. Upon authorization and receipt of payment for the repair and return shipping of the product, we will perform the repair. If Spyderco is unable to improve the condition of the knife, we will return it to you with the recommendation it is retired from use, which may be this case. All costs associated with shipment of the product are the responsibility of the customer. That's interesting. If Spyderco is unable to improve the condition of the knife, we will return it to you with the recommendation it be retired. So if they can't fix it, they're going to return it to you, and it says all costs associated with shipment of the product are responsibility of the customer. So if I ship this to them and they say, yeah, this is abused and we can't really do anything with it, does that mean that they are going to say, okay, well, pay for the shipping back? If I don't pay for the shipping back, they're not going to send it back? That's what it sounds like to me. You guys can give me your opinion on that. Okay, repair information. Spyderco offers a variety of sharpening and repair services. Depending on the repairs necessary to restore the function of your knife, a fee may be required. Our fees for the most common types of repairs are as follows. Blade sharpening, plain edge, spider edge, or combination, no charge for the service. That's nice, so free sharpening, but $5 for return shipping and handling of up to 4 knives. So there you go. If you want to get your Spydercos resharpened, especially the serrations, you can send up to 4 knives, and for $5 to ship it, or excuse me, you ship it there on your own dime, and then for $5 return shipping, you can get them all sharpened. That is cheaper than anyone sharpening your knives for you. So good to know there. Regrinding a broken blade tip, $20 plus $5 return, shipping, and handling. Reprofiling a chipped or damaged edge or broken serration teeth. Depending upon the condition of the blade, we may be able to reprofile or reserate the edge. If so, the fee is $20 plus $5 shipping, return, shipping, and handling. Spyderco does not replace the knife blades under any circumstances. Oh, wow. Okay. So there you go. There's another common question I'm sure people have. If I did have a broken tip on this knife, they would not replace it no matter what. So I don't know what you do with, let's say that much is broken off. They're going to reprofile it, so then now your blade starts here. So they will not replace a blade no matter what. That's interesting. Whereas Kershaw, $10, they'll replace the blade. Benchmade, $30, they'll replace the blade. All right, removal of integral clip and installation of a metal clip. This only applies to the older Spyderco models with integral molded clips. The fee for this is $20 plus return ship, or $5 return shipping. Come on, paper. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. All right, reassembly. Knives disassembled by the user can be reassembled to factory specifications, provided all the component parts are returned to us, or we have stock of any minor parts that might be missing, i.e. screws or washers. It says $20 plus $5 shipping. So if you take your knife apart and forget how to put it back together, it's going to cost you $25 plus the shipping to get it there. Screw loosening. Upon request, Spyderco will loosen screws treated with thread locking compound. Such knives will be reassembled without treating the screws. We will not completely disassemble knives for our customers. There is no charge for the service, but a $5 return, shipping, and handling is required. Interesting. Fees and return shipping may change at any time. If your knife requires any other services or have questions concerning the repair, there's the information right there. Where to send your product for warranty, consideration, and repair. When sending your knife to us for warranty, service, or repair, please pack it carefully. Include a detailed description of the problem and how it occurred. Please also provide a company or individual name, a physical return address, no P.O. boxes, please. Interesting. A daytime phone number and proof of purchase, if available. We recommend shipping by UPS or registered mail to allow and ensure your shipment. So that's interesting. Because my letter specifically states that it was a gift to me and I am not the original purchaser, I'm curious how that changes things, because all three companies say that the repair pertains to the original purchaser of the knife. So I have no proof of purchase for any of these. This they say if available. So that's interesting. The other two, Benchmade and Kershaw, did not specifically state that they require a receipt for purchase. So yeah, that's that. There's where you send it. State laws. This warranty gives you specific legal rights. You may have other rights depending upon your state of residence. Please release assumption of risk waiver of liability and indemnity agreement. By purchasing or receiving any item produced by Spyderco, the owner assumes responsibility to research and comply with. Okay, that's just a legal thing. You know, you're not going to misuse your knives unlawfully. Information is on this site subject to change without notice. Okay, so that's for Spyderco. So where do we stand now that I've read all of that? And I've learned a couple things myself. Benchmade, it's going to cost me $30 plus shipping to have that repaired. Kershaw, it's going to cost me $10 plus shipping to have that repaired. Spyderco, I don't really know. They may contact me and say, yeah, there's nothing we could do. Obviously I have to pay for shipping to get it there, and they're going to say, all right, well, give us a credit card so we can charge you to ship this back. Sorry, you're out of luck. You know, that's kind of, that's like worst case scenario. As I send it to them, they're like, not only can we not do anything, but give us some money to ship this back to you. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what's going to happen here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send my letter as I read it to you guys. I'm going to put my contact information on the letter so they know how to contact me. I'm not going to send any money because I don't know what form of payment other than writing a credit card, which I'm definitely not doing. So when they get these, they'll probably contact me. And in the case of Kershaw and Benchmade, they'll probably want payment over the phone to repair these blades, in which case that's fine, I can do that. Spyderco is a total question mark now. I really have no idea what they're gonna do with this. So now I'm like extra curious. You know what I mean? Before it was like, ship them out, and either gonna fix them, return them, or they're not. But now that I've really read the details and refreshed myself with these warranty, stipulations for each company, I kind of have a better idea what to expect, at least from these two. That, still have no idea. So stay tuned. Like I said, when I have updates on this stuff, I will certainly make a video and let you know about it. But for now, I got some papers to fill out and some shipping labels to create. So I will talk to you guys soon. Let me know your comments down below. Again, any stories you have of repair work, warranty work with any of these three companies. Let me know your experiences in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll keep you guys up to date on this stuff. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.